Hey everybody, this is Brandon from Sparksmith, helping you see and be seen. Today I wanted to go over something that I don't talk about a whole lot, some sample headlights that we ordered, and just to kind of show you some of the stuff we go through, give you a little bit of background about how we do things here at Sparksmith, and going back to that adding value thing and bringing you quality products and not just selling any piece of thing that comes my way. This is a set of cat eye headlights. We were looking for something to kind of refresh our lineup of headlights for those trucks and maybe find something that's even more reliable and robust than the full LED animated sets we have now. So we've had a few issues with those. We're trying to find something that's just better. This set, they were about ready to get returned, and I was like, wait a minute, let me actually shoot a quick video just to show you what we go through from time to time. This is a real good example of that. These headlights, through the online listing from the manufacturer, they looked really cool. It goes to show you just never know until you try these things out in person. But from the listing, I was like, there's just enough there that we could add some value to these things and make them a truly plug and play kit and have something that is like even better than what we have. Well, the short version is that they weren't. Well, they're getting sent back, the search continues, but if you want to dive in with a little deeper, check this out. First things first, when we pulled them out of the box, they were exactly like this. There was no protective film on the passenger side upper headlight. That was one of the things Emerson noticed right away. Like when you look real close at each of these cool looking little LED projectors, they're designed to have these two on for low beam, and then the third one kicks on for high beam. Great idea, but poor execution. Like the middle one just didn't work. When you look real close at them, you can actually see dust and fingerprints, and you can see that kind of smudge that's there. And all of those are immediate red flags. The dust was a big concern because that's not typically something you see on a high-end product. Now these lower assemblies, there were bits of dust and debris inside the lens of the sealed housing from where they were assembled in a not so clean environment. And again, a lot of this dust that you're seeing and these particles and stuff are inside the housing. So it's not something we could go in and clean out before shipping. Like if it was external to it, okay, fine, we can wipe it down, whatever. You can see here a bit of rogue sealant, and it's just little details like this that really make you kind of question whether or not this product's gonna be worth it. And the plugs, this was a big one. So the plugs on these, this is the plug for the lower housing, and as you can see, there's only one plug coming out of this housing. If you're familiar at all with these cat eye headlights, they should have two. There should be a DRL plug and a park/turn plug. For some reason, they only have one on here, which again, red flags. And then plugs on the headlight, like you get your little JST, and that's fine, that's serviceable. It's not super high quality, but it works. The one I didn't understand is, so the high beam plug, that is a 9005/9006 style connector. The high beam is a 9005, so that's the correct plug. The low beam is a 9006, so it should look identical to this, but the low beam looks like this. You can see the difference in the two. If we look real close, if the camera will cooperate. This one that they put on from the factory for the low beam is an H11 plug, which is incorrect and won't work. That little piece in the middle there will actually prevent you from plugging this in any orientation in a standard 9006 factory style connector. So the connector was wrong straight out of the box on both of them. I've got the lower plug plugged in, and like I said, there's only a single plug for these lowers where there should be two. There should be one for daytime running light and one for the park and turn signal. There's only one for here. I don't really know why, but they chose to omit the daytime running light plug. So that's something that we would have had to have gone in there and modify the wiring to make these accommodate both daytime running light function and the normal park and turn signal functions and all that. Something that could be remedied with our double shot, which you can find at sparksmith.com. So they do the startup animation, and this white running light it's great, it's fine. And I like that they have clear side markers, and the little amber there is fine. It's not, I'd rather that be white so that it's more of a cohesive look, but that's just me being picky. But the turn signal, like yes, it's sequential, but you can see that, and the camera doesn't really do this justice, but you can kind of see how these are very underwhelming compared to the marker light. These should outshine this guy by any measure. So basically these, like at night, they'd be visible. During the day, you almost wouldn't be able to see these things. And then of course, when they're off, they have this kind of weird white look to them. And again, like the way they look when they're off, I could kind of look past that. But these amber turn signal function is just extremely underwhelming. So these lights are not of the level of quality and value that I want to offer to my customers. And this is in fact the headlight that with the low beam, it's just one it should be both projectors. Both of these should be on. So straight out of the box, you've got something effective with your low beams. And then even when you power the high beams up, it just does these two. So again, this middle one, not even working. You can see how this moves just with me kind of fiddling with it. Like, it had popped off its adjuster before we even got out of the box. So just another thing made us go, okay, these aren't for us. I'll try and get a shot of that, but you get the idea. This is the back side of the high beam. You can see there is a circuit board in there that is not mounted to anything. So if you look down in there, that white socket should be snapped onto that black ball, because that's your adjuster. But without it, this whole mechanism just flops around in there. So detached adjusters, a projector that wasn't working right out of the box, you got these loose circuit boards, debris inside the headlights, low pole outlet. While they look kind of cool on the surface, they are definitely getting sent back. And the search continues. So thanks for checking this out. Appreciate you sticking with me to the end of this. Just another example of how we're trying to add value to our products so that you get more for your money here at sparksmith.com. Thanks.